So students, just now we have discussed about the second layer of the earth. Which one? In the interior of the earth? Yes, about mantle. Okay, and in that we have discussed that due to the high temperature and high pressure in this layer, those the material is available in this layer, there become the sudden changes into the density of this material. Okay, and we can find the magma chambers and epicenters of earthquake in this layer. In which layer? In a mantle layer. Understand? So this layer is known by a specific name. Who will tell me by which name this mantle layer is known as? By which name? Yes, very good. This mantle layer is known by a name asthenosphere. Okay, it is known by a name asthenosphere because magma chambers and epicenter of earthquakes are located in this layer. Understand? Now let us see students the third layer in the interior of earth. Who will tell me which is the third layer in the interior of earth? Already I told you that the interior of earth is classified into the three types, three parts, which is the third layer in the interior of earth. Huh? Very good. This is a core. Okay, the third layer in interior of earth is a core, and this core is located at the depth of 2900 kilometer. Okay, it is located at the depth of 2900 kilometer. Understand? And the thickness of this layer is 3471 kilometer. What it? The thickness of this layer is 3471 kilometer. Means after the mantle, the third layer in the interior of earth, which is located around the depth of 2900 kilometer, is a core, and the thickness of this layer is 3471 kilometer. Got it? Now look at here. This layer is classified into the two parts, outer core and inner core. Understand? It is classified into the two parts, outer core and inner core. Now let us see first outer core. Look at here students. Outer core is in a which state? It is in a liquid state, and this layer outer core, it extends around 2900 kilometer to 5100 kilometer. Understand? From 2900 kilometer to 5100 kilometer, the outer core is located. Understand? And this outer core is in a liquid state, and the temperature of the outer core is around 5000 degree Celsius. Okay, the temperature of outer core is 5000 degree Celsius. That much temperature is available in the outer core. 5000 degree Celsius. Now, when the earthquake took place, at that times the earthquake waves are get generated, and according to the movements of these waves are classified into the three types: primary waves, secondary waves and surface waves. Understand? Then, when the scientists studied these waves, they come to know that the secondary waves of earthquakes cannot travel through the outer core. The secondary waves of earthquakes cannot travel through the outer core, as it that enter into the outer core. These waves are get absorbed into a outer core. And also primary waves of earthquakes reduces its speed when these waves enters into a outer core. So by the study of these waves of earthquake waves, scientists come to know that outer core is in a liquid state, and because of that secondary waves of earthquakes cannot travel through this outer core. Okay, and the temperature of this outer core is also around 5000 degree Celsius. Understand? So this is a first layer is in the core, outer core, and it is in which state, students? Is in which state? Just now I told you. Yes, it is in a liquid state. And why does the secondary waves of earthquakes cannot travel through this layer? Why? Huh? Yes, because this layer is in a liquid state, and so as the secondary waves enters into this layer, all these waves are get absorbed into this layer, and so secondary waves cannot travel through the outer core. Okay, and another important thing about this layer is in this layer proportion of iron is a more. Okay, in this layer proportion of iron is a more, and so vertical currents are originate from this layer. Okay, from this layer vertical currents originate. Why? Because this layer is in a which state? In a liquid state, and because of that, and because of the iron contents are more, so vertical currents are originated from this layer, and this is a important characteristics of this layer. Understand, this is a very important characteristic of this layer. Now look at here, students. Second layer of the core is a inner core. Okay, second one layer of the core is a inner core. Now just now I told you that outer core is in a liquid state, and the temperature of outer core is around 5000 degree Celsius. Then iron contents are more in the outer core, and also in the outer core, look at here, in outer core vertical currents, as it is in a liquid state, vertical currents are get originated from the outer core. But if you observe the difference into the temperature of outer core and inner core, we have noticed that there is a difference into the temperature in the outer core and inner core. Understand, there is a difference in a temperature of outer core and inner core, and because of that we have noticed that as we move towards the inner core the temperature is increases. Okay, and because the difference into the temperature in the outer core and inner core, it gives rise to the vertical currents. Okay, it gives rise to the vertical currents from the interior of earth. And though these currents are originated vertically, but as the earth rotates around itself, because of the earth rotation around itself, these currents are that takes the position, these currents are circulate into the circular motion. Okay, because earth's rotation gives them the circular motion, eddy motion. And so these currents, that liquid ion currents which is originated from this outer core, it creates the magnetic field. Okay, it creates the magnetic field not only the interior of the earth, it also from the quite distance from the surface of the earth also. And so this magnetic field which is that generated into the outer core, this is known as a geodynamo. Okay, this is known as a geodynamo. And just now I told you that this geodynamo, this magnetic field is also available outside of the earth's surface for a quite distance. Understand? So arc a cover that the develops around the earth is developed by the which field? With this magnetic field. Understand, the cover around the earth is developed by this magnetic field which is that generated from the outer core due to the difference in the temperature of inner core and outer core, and because of this difference into the temperature, and because the outer core is in a liquid state and ion proportion in the outer core is more, these vertical currents are get generated, and the rotation of the earth that gives them the circular motion, and it creates a magnetic field in the interior of the earth. This is known as a geodynamo. Not only in the interior of the earth, from the earth's surface on a quite distance also this magnetic field is available, and so the earth is covered by this magnetic field. And those the solar winds which are coming from the sun, okay, the earth is protected by these solar winds by this magnetic field. Okay, this magnetic field protects the earth from these solar winds which are coming from the sun. Understand? So the magnetic field which is developed around the earth is known as a magnetosphere. Okay, it is known as a magnetosphere. All of you know that there are the four spheres around the earth, which are these: atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and and which one? Another one is also magnetosphere. Okay, clear everyone? So these are the one sphere which is also get generated around the earth. This is the one sphere. It is also the important sphere of the earth. Understand? So in this way, this sphere is also that get generated around the earth. Clear everyone? How the magnetosphere is get generated around the earth? Look at here. Outer core is in a liquid state. Iron contents are more in the outer core, and so it gives the rise to the vertical currents from the outer core. And as there is a temperature difference in the inner core and outer core, these currents are flows vertically, but the rotation of the earth gives them the eddy motion, circular motion. And so this circular motion of these ion currents creates the magnetic field in the interior of the earth. This is known as a geodynamo. Not only in the interior of the earth, it is also create this field from the quite distance from the surface of the earth, and this is also known as a magnetic field, that magnetic cover around the earth. Okay, and this magnetic field protects earth from the solar winds which comes from the which coming from the sun. And this it is also the known as a magnetosphere. This is the fifth sphere of the earth. In that, atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, biosphere, and the fifth one is a magnetosphere. Okay, the magnetosphere is a fifth important sphere of the earth. Got it? Biosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and the fifth one is a magnetosphere. This is the fifth one important sphere around the earth which protects the earth from the solar winds which coming from the sun. And so we can notice the magnetic field around the earth. So as we that through anything which comes down, okay, which falls down because of this magnetic field around the earth, and this magnetic field is get generated from the outer core due to the vertical currents. Okay, understand? Cleared everyone what is mean by the magnetic field and how it protects our earth from the solar winds? Understand? Very good. Now look at here the inner core. Okay, understand students? Inner core. This inner core is extends from 5150 kilometer depth to Earth's center. Who will tell me where does the Earth's center is located? Already I told you that. Where it is located? Huh? Yes. The Earth's center is located at the depth around 6371 kilometer. It is located at the depth around 6371 kilometer. Got it everyone? So inner core is extend from 5150 kilometer to the depth around 6371 kilometer. At that depth we have noticed the inner core. Got it? From 5150 kilometer to 6371 kilometer. And this inner core is in a which state? This is in a solid state. Understand? This inner core is in a which state? It is in a solid state. Now look at here students. In this layer, nickel and iron, these two minerals are more. The proportion of these minerals are more in this layer. Okay. Because of that, this layer is known by a name knife. Okay. This is known by a name knife. Got it? Now one question definitely will come in your mind, that though this layer is located in the interior of the earth at the last layer, okay, after that why does this layer is in a solid state? Okay, why it is in a solid state? Look at here students, as we move from the outer core to the inner core, the temperature is increases. At the outer core, the temperature is around 5000 degree Celsius. As we move to the inner core, it increases that above the 6000 degree Celsius also. Understand? And because of that high temperature and high pressure, okay, those that the elements are available into this layer, this all the elements, because of this extreme pressure, these elements are solidified, and because of that inner core is in a solid state. Okay, inner core is in a solid state because the temperature of this inner core is equivalent to the surface temperature of the sun. Okay, so that much high temperature is available into this layer inner core, and so this layer is in a which state? Is in a solid state due to the high temperature and high pressure. Got it everyone? Understand? Inner core is extends from the depth of how much depth? From the 5100 kilometer till the earth center, means 6371 kilometer. The elements of nickel and iron is more in this layer. So this layer is known by a name knife. Okay, this layer is known by a name knife. As we move from the outer core to the inner core, temperature is increases. Understand? As we move from the outer core to the inner core, temperature is increases. Okay, and as the temperature is a more and as the pressure is a more from the all side, those the elements are available in this layer, it gets solidified, and because of this layer is in a which state? Is in a solid state. And the scientist R.D. Oldham first of all that discovered and find out this core. Okay, R.D. Oldham that find out and discovered this core layer of the earth, inner core of the earth. And just now I told you that the temperature of this layer is equivalent to the temperature of the sun. Understand? It is equivalent to the temperature of the sun. Understand everyone? Students, just now we have discussed the two layers of the core, outer core and inner core. We will revise this part in our next lecture also. Till that, everyone should read this part carefully look at the diagrams and do the practice of these diagrams. Thank you so much.